Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Criterion. And in this edition we'll be featuring the latest Janus contemporary film coming out on the 20th of February, Afire, directed by Christian Petzold. The Janus contemporary films have gone down really well. Now we'll take a look at the German drama film entitled Roter Himmel, translated as Red Sky. And of course the release title for this was Afire. It's directed by the German director Christian Petzold, who brought us the excellent Phoenix in the collection from 2014. This film released in 2023 and it stars Thomas Schubert, Paula Beer, Langston Hübel and Enno Trebs. The relationship drama focuses on four people who are trapped in their holiday home on the Baltic Sea by uncontrolled forest fires. The film won the Silver Bear Grand Jury Prize at the 73rd Berlin International Film Festival, where it had its world premiere on the 22nd of February that year. And it was released theatrically in Germany on the 20th of April that year. And in August of that year, it was shortlisted as the German submission for the Academy Award for Best International Feature Film for the 96th Academy Awards. Now, the subject of this film is all too real after recent events that have occurred in Europe and the USA regarding violent forest fires. One would have to travel back to Hollywood's golden age to find a director who can write parts for women the way that Christian Petzold has done, especially for Nina Hoss, who was in Jericho W, Barbara and Phoenix, and indeed Paula Beer, who was in Transit Undying. The latter has a delicious and deceptive role in Afire, playing the part of Nadja, a Russian maid and ice cream seller. For Leon, that's Thomas Schubert, the novelist and windbag at the centre of this film, she's an object of desire and frustration. How dare she prefer the fun-loving company of his genial travelling companion, that's Felix, played by Langston Hübel, and the local lifeguard, of course, David, played by Enno Trebs. Now, Leon's struggling with his second novel that's an unpromising sounding manuscript called Club Sandwich. And with Nadja's boisterous nocturnal activities with David, or the rescue swimmer, as he prefers to be known, and worse still, Leon discovers that Nadja is not merely his intellectual equal, but his intellectual better. Now, the quartet are stuck together in a holiday home on the Baltic coast because of a double booking. Stung by his cleaning lady's criticism that the new work is a bit schmaltzy, the fervently self-involved Leon fails to heed an early warning from Felix that something's not right. Sounds of squealing pigs and water-bombing aircraft are ignored. Mostly, Leon pouts, procrastinates and grandly refuses friendly invitations, saying, "My work won't allow it." As a vast forest fire descends with Hitchcockian tenacity upon the beachside residence, we get a visit from Leon's publisher, Helmut, Matthias Brandt, in disastrous and surprising ways. Christian Petzold, the film's writer as well as the director, rightly took home Berlin's Silver Bear Prize for this genre-defying comedy of manners. The German master deftly weaves ecological catastrophe, sexual capering, and a portrait of beta masculinity into a plot that at first glance could be a Holiday from Hell sitcom. It's also the fiery part of a proposed elemental trilogy that began with the water-themed film Undying. Now, the picture is effective as an interrogation of the nature and status of work in general. And for Leon, work is something he announces with gravity and authority, but then he role-plays, scowling and sweating over his typewriter. Felix is more openly a dilettante, but he is at least affable in his lanky and half-hearted pursuit of his artistic career. Nadja cheerfully sells ice creams from a cart at the seafront, something that Leon can just about condone due to his grudging crush on her. He's less forgiving, though, of David, the lifeguard at the local beach. Schubert's expressive physicality here is put savagely to use in one particular scene in the film, with his face and body contorted by the force of his erupting derision over David's career choice. With the churning sexual tension in the film, Leon's perpetually simmering tantrums, and the airy escapism of the plucked harp strings on the musical score, it's easy to forget that a forest fire rages ever closer. A little too easy, in fact. Details such as air quality and the sullen glow of the flames are registered only in passing. But maybe that's the point. It's a potent image after all. The characters are on the front line of a climate emergency, and they're oblivious to it, unable to grasp the threat until sadly it's too late. The disc doesn't come with a spine number, but has had a theatrical release through Curzon here in the UK, as well as streaming on Curzon's home cinema service. That's specifically for UK viewers. Now, this releases on Blu-ray only in the US at this time, and it comes with these features. Meet the Filmmakers. That's a new interview with the director, Christian Petzold. And there's a trailer for the film. Afire has a running time of 102 minutes and comes in a 1:8:5:1 aspect ratio. That's widescreen. It's one I would definitely recommend from this original filmmaker. And indeed, if you want to see more from this particular filmmaker, why not check out his film Phoenix, which is Spine 809, currently in the collection. And coming in the next edition of Let's Talk Criterion, we have the film Nothing But a Man from 1964. And it's directed by Michael Romers. So until that edition from me, as always, it's goodbye. And above all, good Criterion viewing.